Okay, reach up through your occiput. That means you're rising up to the top of the neck. It's just here at the back of the neck where the skull starts. We want to lift in that way. Yeah, good, Deborah. We want to lengthen up using the top of the body. The head is level. The chin isn't tucked in at all, even though you're reaching up here. It does start to pull the chin down, but we want to keep the chin level. And I want your head to stay loose. Matter of fact, let's try a figure 8 with the nose, just so you have a feeling of moving your head, sort of like a little bit of a dance. And then when you're ready, change the direction of your figure 8. I happen to be someone who used, sort of this straightforward action with my head all the time without looking left and right. Of course I look left and right, but I would turn my whole body, but can you just turn just your chin? You might hear little crackly sounds the way I am. All right, let's stop in the middle. Neck rises up out of the shoulders. Shoulders are broad. So imagine supporting something you care about on your shoulders. So you want a nice, broad place. Maybe it's a kid that wants to sit on your shoulders and you love this little baby. You want to make a nice, comfortable seat. Spine lengthens down to your seat. And then where your seat is touching your cushion, you can have an experience of connecting to the earth. Soften your skin on your muscles, loosen your muscles from your bones. Think of melting chocolate floating down a nice long spine. Imagine a melting feeling or a release, a surrender of some type. Soften the place between your eyebrows. Loosen the hinge of your jaw. You can actually open your jaw and move it left and right just to loosen it a little. Draw your attention down into your heart. Now we're going to live in our heart. It's actually a bigger place than just your heart. It's where your heart lives, the cave of the heart inside your rib cage. So it's much bigger than your heart. It's very expansive in there. So allow that area to expand, front to back, side to side. You're allowing yourself to open and have an experience in your own heart. Consider this coming home. Coming home to your heart, coming home to your true authentic self. Perfect in all ways, even in those ways where you think, oh, I could do better. You are just right. You are just right. Let's bring our hands together in front of our heart. We honor the wisdom within us, which is composed of truth, consciousness, and bliss, and which is ever present. It dispels darkness and it brings to us peace, and which needs no conditions to shine radiantly. With your inhale, allow your heart to rise, and with your exhale, bow your head to the wisdom of your loving heart in honor of peace within yourselves and each other and all the living beings on the earth. Imagine all the people around the world, and allow your heart to open and offer your practice to the benefit of their lives. Release your hands and open your eyes. I'm going to go back to my mat and we'll talk about props. Important to know what the props are for and why we have them. This is the sturdy blanket that I talk about. It's made of cotton. It's very thick. and it can hold, it won't squish down when I sit on it. It's also good for hands and knees. So I have padding underneath my knees. And then at the end of class, I can open it up and keep myself warm when we lie back for Shavasana. Yoga blocks. This is a cork block. I like them. They're firm. They don't give it all. And it's a bigger block than some of them are much thinner and they're flimsy, really light and flimsy. They don't really hold you up. So I prefer a bigger block. Yoga strap. This actually happens to be a karate belt. They're very durable and they work well, but you could also use a belt from the closet. And then I talked about having a pillow, and this can be for your head when you're lying back, especially if you have big muscles in the upper back. All right, let's get started. Sit with your feet wide. So I'm up on my blanket. It helps. If I'm feeling extra stiff, I can put my pillow on top of my blanket and sit a little higher. Reach out through the heels and up with your toes. And then crawl your spider fingers forward. Your gaze is just humble to the earth. And the back of your neck is long. You're not looking forward. The spine is long. Toes are up, heels are out. I like to call them spider fingers because they can crawl little bits as you become a little bit more flexible. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhalation. And then exhale. One more time. Let's inhale fully and pause at the top of your inhale. Hold it in. And then slowly, very slowly exhale. And then hold it out before breathing in. One more time, breathe in. Crawl forward another inch and exhale, breathe out. And you can bend your elbows if you like. Let's crawl your hands in. Helicopter arms. Let's drop the right hand. Okay, so this is the hard part about Zoom. This is actually my left hand, but this is your right hand. So I'm going to say right hand, and hopefully I'll keep remembering. Good, Betsy. And then we're going to take the left hand down and the right arm over. Oh, I hope I can do this. It's been a while. I haven't had any Zoom classes. One more time. Just feeling your body. And by the way, I tried to send so many emails. Let's go back over to PCC. And it kept erasing my messages. It was beautiful messages in the beginning. And then they got really short with just facts because I didn't want it to disappear on me again. Let's take left hand, right foot. Maybe it's just your shin bone. Maybe you can't reach the foot. The other thing that can happen if it's hard to reach the foot and you want to, you can take your yoga strap, wrap it around your foot and hold your strap. And we're going to go the other way. Right hand, left foot. And then back to the center. We're going to bend the right knee. Slide your left hand To the left, look to the right. Place your right hand behind your neck and slide it up so you feel the roundness of your skull. And then point your right elbow up towards the ceiling and then slightly over in the direction of your left foot and left hand. Good. Now we're going to straighten that elbow. The right elbow straightens. Rise up, helicopter arms, right hand, left foot. Again, you can use your yoga strap. Okay. Let's try. You could use your hand on a block if you want, or hand on the floor. Let's sweep the left arm out and then use it as a momentum to come up onto your knee. Now I like a yoga block underneath my hand here, and I'm pressing to the pinky toe side of my straight leg, left leg for you. Enjoy a stretch. So I have my right knee down, right hand down, left arm reaching, left foot extended. Good. Let's drop just your left hand to the floor and lift your left leg up in the air. Good, Malcolm. That's right. Now reach your right arm forward. Elbow and knee. So you're going to point your elbow in underneath your belly button, and you're going to pull your left knee in. Now, if this is hard on your hip, you can have both knees down, reach your right arm forward, right elbow pulls in. So you don't have to be on one knee. You can have both knees down and just pull the elbow in. Or you can have both hands down, Betsy, and you can extend the left leg back, left knee in. So you can decide whether you want to do just the hand or just the knee. For the rest of us, elbow and knee, reach out. Elbow and knee one more time, reach out. Now some of us will try to grab that foot. It's hard to grab the foot, at least for me. So I put the knee down on the floor and I cross, in this case, the left ankle over the right ankle. Reach back with your right hand and grab your foot. Then you can lift your knee up. Now reach out, hold it out. Try not to wobble around, reach out, and then we're going to bring the elbow and knee in. One more time, reach back. Last time, reach back with your right hand for your left foot. Lift your heart and your knee. Reach out, hold it out. Now we're going to touch the right hand down. Flex the left foot so it's still in the air. I'm flexing this foot. Yes, that's right. That's fine. I can't remember your name. And arm in the air. Karen, good job. We're just stacking the shoulder over the shoulder and the hip over the hip. Now reach your left arm over your head. Left hand can sweep back and grab your ankle. Good. Hold your foot. Nice job, Betsy. And release. Let's come to hands and knees for a moment. So, especially just getting started, consider having your hand on a block. It makes it a little easier. It lifts you from the floor. And I'll try to remind you to do that. Okay. No. How about this? Hands and knees. Cat. Cow. Cat pose. Cow pose. Let's do this. Hands Crawl forward, a full handprint. Hips come forward. Heart shines forward. Hips pull back. Stretch your arms. So we're not going to drop the elbows. We're going to crawl the fingers forward another inch or so and pull the hips back for a stretch in your arms. Upper back, shoulders, chest, biceps, triceps. Nice job. All right. Wide leg seat. Have a nice long spine. Oh, not good timing. Here comes the mailman. Close your ears. No, Enzo. No, no. Good job. Good, no bark. Okay, bed. Helicopter arms. Left hand, right foot. And left hand, right, or right hand, left foot. That's the interesting thing about Zoom is we go into each other's homes. So we get sort of a little bit into each other's business. So from here, let's take this right hand in the middle and we'll just sweep the left arm over. And then left hand in the middle, right arm over. Good, and back to center. Let's bend this left knee. So my heel's just in front of my hips here, right in front of my pubic bone. I'm feeling it in my knee a little bit. And so when that happens, I can always put a pillow underneath the knee to support the knee. If the knee is kind of up in the air, I do suggest a support for the knee. Okay, we're gonna slide to the right, look to the left with your gaze. Just looking over. Then you're gonna take your left hand behind your neck and you're gonna slide it up your neck to the very bottom of your skull, and you're gonna point your left elbow up towards the ceiling. Yes, Karen, that's right, Lisa. Good, Deborah. Now turn your heart to look up a little. Yes. Keep pointing with that elbow. Feel that stretch that happens. And then we'll straighten that elbow. Continue to look slightly up or more to the left. And then here comes helicopter arms. Twist, look to the right, left hand, right foot. And then release. I'm going to move my pillow out of the way. Again, I like a block underneath the hand when I have a hand on the floor and the knee on the floor. There's just too much space between my hip and my knee for my short little arm to reach. So I'm going to use the momentum of my opposite arm to sweep me up onto my, in this case, left knee. Have a nice stretch, right side body. And then we'll drop the gaze down. Drop that hand down. You'll want to move the block out of the way. And again, you can either do knee in or elbow in. In this case, it's right leg back, left arm forward. Elbow and knee. Reach out, hold it out. Elbow and knee. Reach out and hold it out. Some of you continue to go, so I'm going to let you keep going. But for some people who are new, I'll show you knee in, knee out with both hands on the floor. Or you could have both knees down, left arm forward, pull it into your belly button, reach out. Okay, everybody, here we go. Left arm forward, right leg back, cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Reach back for your foot. Left hand has your right foot behind you. Lift your heart a little, lift your knee. Reach out. Elbow and knee. Reach out. Last time, reach back. With your left hand, grab your right foot, lift your heart and your knee. Reach out, hold it out. Now here, I'll slide my block in, use it underneath my left hand with right arm in the air and right leg lifted. You can reach your right arm overhead like a little rainbow and then sweep it back and grab your foot. Press your foot into your hand, lift your heart. Good, Stephanie. Reach out. Great, Tracy. Drop your gaze down. Drop both hands down. I'm going to move my block out of the way. Cat, cow, cat, cow. Crawl your hands forward, a full hand print. Pull your hips forward towards your hands. Shoulders back, heart shines forward. My arms are straight. Pull your hips back. Probably you'll crawl your fingers forward another inch and sit your hips back with elbows lifted, stretching your arms, upper back, shoulders. Okay. Now, we're going to do downward facing dog, but I'd like to demonstrate downward facing dog using good sturdy blocks. It's pretty weird to do it in the beginning. I know that because I have a teacher that teaches it this way and I wasn't really into it. I didn't feel like it was stable, but I realized because of tightness in my hamstrings and upper back, it helped me go back further. Matter of fact, I'll demonstrate without. You can just look at the shape of my body. I'm pretty good at downward facing dog, so it's not that hard. But this is going to take me back. It's going to lift me up a little bit higher, hands on blocks, shoulder width apart. I use the first edge like a speed bump in the palms of my hands. Press back. Practice your downward facing dog. Have your blocks close by. Hopefully you have 2 blocks. Lift your heart, your gaze forward. Look forward toward your blocks. Turn your right hand block to the highest level. Step your right foot forward. Now, if it's hard to get your right foot forward, both knees on the floor. Then you step your right foot forward. Turn your blocks to the high setting, the highest setting. Lift your back knee, pivot your heel down. Back heel is pivoted in line with the right heel, the front heel. Beautiful lift of your heart. Please lift your heart. Go ahead and drop your heart. See how heavy your weight, your body gets. But lift your heart and see how everything is sort of, yes, Stephanie. Slowly rise, warrior 1. Here's where we offer a blessing to all the living beings on the earth. May all beings be free from unnecessary pain and suffering. All tribes and nations treated with kindness and respect in regards to their spiritual beliefs and their cultural practices. Hold your pose. Warrior 2, let's find the alignment in the right knee. Can you see your right big toe on the inside of the knee so that your knee is aligned with your ankle? Now I'm going to make a small adjustment on the camera. Keep holding your warrior 2. Great, Deborah. Just so you can see me a little higher. There we go. Warrior 2, proud warrior. We're going to think of someone special. We're going to send this blessing to someone we're grateful for, someone that's been good to us, someone who saw us exactly the way we are, and they loved us just like that. Now we'll just take the right elbow to the left, right elbow to the right thigh, left arm floats and reaches. Good, Betsy. Let's drop the gaze down. Put your left hand on a yoga block. Lift your back heel. Right arm in the air for a little twist. Now we're going to take those blocks and we're going to crawl them forward. Good. Step forward. Yes, that's right. Great, Karen. Now we're in a forward fold, hands on blocks. If it's hard to touch your blocks because your hamstrings are tight, your hands can go to your shin bones. Lift your heart, draw your shoulders back. Lift your tailbone, press your thighs back. Press them slightly wider without moving your feet. And bow forward. You can place your hands on blocks or the floor if that's easy for you. Inhale, lift your heart, hands on shin bones. Bend your knees. Reach your arms forward, or if reaching your arms forward, you can put your hands on your knees and just pretend like you're sitting in an invisible chair. I'm going to say for the rest of us, arms forward, hips back. Rise up to standing, look up. Exhale, invisible chair. Right hand on left thigh, left arm up. Look to the left. Great, Tracy. Back to chair. Rise up to standing, look up. Exhale, sit into your chair. Left forearm over right thigh, right arm up. Chair pose. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up, gaze up, salute your sun. Exhale, slide your hands down your legs. All the way to a forward fold. I'm going to go for downward facing dog using blocks. And touch your knees to the floor. Bring your hips forward towards your hands. A little easy seal. Good, Malcolm. And then hips can pull back. I have my hands on my blocks and I can let my hips pull back, and even the front edge of the blocks are lifting, which gives me a nice kind of hammocking extension through the arms. Really pulls those arms slightly forward, even though the blocks are far enough forward that the front end is lifting. Now either step your left foot forward from here, ready for warrior one, or find your downward facing dog. So knees can stay on the floor, Betsy. Then you can step your left foot forward. I'm not seeing your chair there, so. Let's pivot the back heel down. Beautiful lift of the heart first. First we rise through the heart before we rise through the arms. Rise up, warrior one. Let's offer a blessing to all the living beings on the earth. May all beings be free from whatever it is that holds them down, any type of negativity, anger, fear, resentment, addiction of any kind. We can even be addicted to people. Warrior two. If that person isn't good for us, we don't want to be addicted to that. Proud warrior, left arm up, heart shines skyward, chin and nose align with the left elbow. You can deepen the bend of your left knee. Left forearm to the left thigh, right arm floats and reaches. Really extend your right arm. Drop your gaze to the floor. Drop your right hand down to a block. Lift your back heel. Now, left arm in the air. Drop your gaze down. Drop your left hand to a yoga block. Step your blocks forward. Step your right foot forward. Lift your heart, extend through your spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Hands on blocks or shin bones. One more time, bow forward. Now, downward facing dog. And then knees can touch down for your seal shape. Good. And then easy child's pose or extended arms. So it depends on what you're looking for. If you need a little rest in the arms, rest your arms. If you like a nice stretch, keep those elbows lifted. Shoulders can draw onto the body, but the arms are reaching forward. Okay. Let's see. So many things, right? Okay. There's a message that I want to look at. Let's come to standing. We'll do a wide leg stance. So have your blocks close by. I want to read this. Oh, another spam situation. I don't know why that happened. Wide leg stance with toes in, heels out. Actually, let's do it this way. Now, I'm not going to be able to say, well, maybe I can. We'll do it this way. Turn your right foot to the right. Bend your right knee. Now, look and make sure your knee is over your second and third toe. You should be able to see your right big toe. But we're going to reach back and look back. Yeah, like that. Straighten that leg. So we're going to straighten the right leg. Turn your right foot forward. Turn your left foot to the left. Track your knee over your second and third toe and reach back, look back. Great. I like to make big circles with the arms. Turn your left foot forward and your right foot to the right and sweep. And switch. The toes point forward on the right leg and the left leg turns. Sweep. Good. Now we have some muscle building to happen here. Horse pose. I crawled my feet a little bit closer. Horse pose, knees over second and third toe. Knees are wide. And I'm going to sit down. I'm timing us now 30 seconds to hold this pose. Shoulders over hips, hips over heels, ears over shoulders. Push your palms together and make muscles. That's right, Deborah. Make muscles, upper back, shoulders, chest, biceps, triceps, lower down 2 inches. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten your legs. Hands on hips. Toes in, heels out. Heels are wider than toes. Pigeon toes. I don't know why pigeon toes is a word. I don't know if pigeons walk like this with the toes pointing in. Anyway, we're going to reach up. Exhale, reach back. And full forward fold. I know you were missing the commentary over the summer. That good commentary at yoga class. All right, we're just going to bow forward. Nice wide leg forward fold. If it's difficult, obviously, to touch the floor, you want those blocks underneath your hands. And if the forward fold is super easy for you, you could even take the yoga block and place your forehead down. on the block. It's very quieting to the mind to have your third eye touching something. Take a nice deep inhalation, the full exhalation. It should be a very relaxing breath. Kind of like waves. They move at their own cadence, not guided, just natural. All right, here we go. Lift your heart. You might point the toes a little bit more forward because we're going to move left and right with our knees. Hands on the floor or blocks. Here I'm going to demonstrate using the blocks. I just keep my hands in the middle. Some people like to crawl their hands left and right. I really don't have an opinion about that. Let's meet on the right side. Turn your right foot to the right. Drop your left knee down. Grab your blocks. Lift your heart. Lift your arms. Point your front knee, your right knee forward like you're giving directions. You're pointing with only your knees, and point your back knee back like you're really giving directions behind you. Hands and elbows to the inside. You can put your blocks down at the high setting and put your elbows down on your blocks. And then if that seems easy, you could lower your blocks another level. And then some people find it easy to put their elbows on the floor. But I don't want your elbows all the way to the right side of the yoga mat. I want them right next to your, or to the left side of your yoga mat. I want them right next to your right foot. So right on the yoga mat, in alignment with your hips. Now we have a little bit of work to do. We're going to straighten the arms, and then we're going to pull the hips back. Now in this case, I'm going to have to crawl with my toes, my right foot forward to lift the ball of the foot up. My hips are not back behind my left knee. This is what I'm talking about. I don't want you sitting back like this. I want your foot far enough forward that your hips are over your knee, and you can have a nice straight right leg. Bow forward. Then we're going to take the block on the left side. You can bring both blocks to the inside of your right leg and extend that right leg back, right arm over, just like we did before, rainbow shape. And right hand butterfly wing swings behind your back. Slide it down your back to your left hip. Lift your heart. Drop your gaze down. You can put your right hand on the floor to put your right knee down, but I'd like to see you learn to do that without using your hand. It takes core work, makes you use your belly. We're going to take the right arm underneath the left arm. And I'm going to go check for some people that need to mute. Who needs to mute? All right, let's press with the left hand, sweep your right arm out. We're just on hands and knees right now. Guess what? We're going to do some core work. So come down to your elbows. 30 seconds on your elbows. 30 seconds in forearm plank. And yes, this is a yoga class, but it is a strength building yoga class. And if this is hard, knees on the floor or hands on the floor, knees on the floor. This works just as well. So keep practicing. Hips forward of your knees, hands on the floor, or elbows on the floor, or knees lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can touch your knees down, pull your hips back, easy child's pose. Okay, you got to come up to standing again. So class is going to continue to move forward. It will start to advance. Deborah's dog is on her coffee table. It's pretty cute. Maybe that's not the coffee table, but he's having his way with the furniture. So we're going to do these again. Turn your left foot to the left and sweep. Point your left foot forward, right foot turns, sweep. Good. And make a movement. Yeah, and make another movement. Back to the center. This is a little bit harder. Feet are closer together. We're going to practice crouching down. Some of us easily crouch with our heels flat on the floor. You're also welcome to have a block close by for balance. But we want to drop those hips. I'm going to say, hold a tree. Drop down further, Stephanie. Go on. Yes, rise to standing. Very good. Knees go wide. Wow, Betsy, well, you do have strong legs, so this won't be hard. Drop down. Rise up. One more. Knees go wider than the big toe. We drop and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise to standing. We're making muscles with our legs. Toes in, heels out, feet are wider than they were in the crouching position. Inhale, reach up, exhale, reach back, stretch the front of your body. And full forward fold. I like to slide my hands down my legs for support. Hands on the floor, bow forward. I'm sorry that the mail went to spam. I don't know why that would happen. Close your eyes. Say hello to yourself. Yoga is going to bring you back into your own heart. So many of us have family or jobs that take us away from feeling deeply about ourselves. Inhale, lift your heart. We feel deeply about others, but we forget to feel deeply about ourselves. Let's move left and right. And you can move your feet to track your knees any way you like. Meet me on the left side. Drop your right knee down. Beautiful. Lift up the heart. Hands can be on blocks here. And then reach up. Point your left knee forward and your right knee back. Hands and elbows to the inside. Bend your elbows. So here I don't have blocks. And I'm just bending the elbows straight down. I'm not able to go to the floor. I'm just pretending like I can. And I'm going straight down. Stretch the outer left hip in this case. Enjoy the quiet. Straighten your arms. Back your hands up. Let's back your right knee up another inch and back your hips up over your right knee. Lift your toes. Again, you can have yoga blocks underneath your hands right here. If you're feeling out of balance, it's best to have your hands on blocks. Good, Malcolm. Lift your toes. Yeah. Lift your tailbone. Heart shines forward. I don't know if we did this on the other side. We're going to do it now. Turn your toes to the left. Swing your hips to the right. Look back over your left shoulder. I have a feeling we didn't do that. Darn, I'm sorry. Back to the center. We're going to place the the right hand down. You can use your yoga block here. Sweep your left leg back. Make a rainbow shape. Left side body gets a stretch. Left hand butterfly wing swings back behind your back. Lift your heart, look up. And drop your gaze down. So you can look down. If you want to try it without your hand, you just draw the belly button in and slowly lower your left knee to the floor. Left arm underneath right arm. I'm going to take my right hand off the block to do the twist. Left arm is underneath the right arm. And you're twisting your upper back. I like to talk about looking in your blind spot when you're driving. You have to be able to look back and twist your upper back in order to see. In this case, you would be looking over your left shoulder at the driver's side blind spot. Very difficult place to look back to make sure there's no cars coming so that you can change lanes. Don't be the person that changes lanes without looking. Not good for you. Or the person behind you. Press through your right hand, sweep your left arm out. Hands and knees. Forearm plank. 30 seconds on your elbows, everybody. Again, you can have your knees down if you like. Keep lifting through your heart. Whatever's touching the floor is pushing into the floor. In this case, it can be my elbows, my wide part of my forearms, and all of my fingers, even the palm of my hand, and all 10 toes. That's all that's touching. So I pushed all those things into the floor. Lift your heart, scoop your tailbone, belly button your spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touch your knees down, sit your hips back, child's pose. And come up to kneeling. Now we're not going to do that in this class, but next week we will probably do this. Go ahead and watch me. We'll probably go from this forearm plank to pivoting the heels down. My feet are apart onto one elbow. If this is hard, the knee goes down. We're going to reach under, reach up. That's what that looks like if you're here next week. Guess what, everybody? Roll onto your back. I'm going to say take a pillow with you. I'll use my blanket for my pillow. Or take your pillow and have your blanket ready to rest in Shavasana. Lie back, head on your little pillow, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. You could even move your knees in and out, left and right a little bit, just to broaden your sacrum bones. Now just rest without moving knees, without moving around. Melt into the earth, eyes closed. Feel your body. Have a real experience of what it feels like. Lift your right knee up. Wrap your strap around the bottom of your right foot. Extend your left leg forward. Right foot in the air. Sorry, Tracy, I didn't even tell everybody get your strap ready, so that's my fault. Right foot in your strap, toes turn to the right, right leg swings more in the direction of your right shoulder. Hold your strap with your right hand out to the right, any amount. Good, Karen. She's trying to stay rooted with her left hip so that she doesn't tip over all the way to the right. So she's keeping her hips level and flat to the ground. Back to the center. Right foot is up in the air. Right knee is totally straight. Hold your strap as close to your right foot with your left hand. Toes are still slightly turned to the right side. And we're going to take the right big toe over the left shoulder. Not very far. Don't go all the way out. Just take it over and then up in the direction of your shoulder or your head. Get a stretch right in that glute, the wide part of your glute. Back to the center. Step your left foot in, take your right ankle over your left thigh. We're not switching feet. We're going to take the right ankle over left thigh, lift your left knee up. Right hand goes between your legs, hold the back of your left leg with both hands. You can interlace your fingers. Pull your left knee close to your chest. And tip your body weight now over to the left side, like you're tipping over. You're sort of hanging out on your left shoulder and your left hip. And back to the center. Step your left foot down and your right foot down. Turn to your left side. Grab your right foot with your right hand. Lisa, you just gave me a thumbs up and you weren't even by your computer. It actually gave me a thumbs up on your screen. So thank you for that. Thank you for the good wishes and good thoughts. Must have come from your heart. Let's pull the right knee back behind the left knee. Your computer is reading your mind. Roll to your back. Okay, everybody, flat on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Heels are wider than toes and hips. Rock your knees just a couple of inches left and right, not all the way down to the floor, just a couple of inches, just little massage for the lower back. Knees are bent, feet flat on the floor. Little tiny swishy movements. Yep, like that. Okay, back to the center. Grab your strap, wrap it around the bottom of your left foot. Left leg goes straight up in the air. Right leg goes forward. Pubic bone forward away from your belly button. Left foot is flexed. Grab your strap with only your left hand. Toes turn slightly to the left. We're going to take the left leg out to the left, any amount. Back to the center. Switch hands with your strap. Right hand takes your yoga strap. Toes are still slightly turning to the left. Left big toe over your right shoulder. Pull your foot towards you. Yep, like that, Malcolm. Yep, up towards the head. And back to center. Step your right foot in. Left foot down to the floor. Roll to your right side. Grab your left foot behind your back. Scoop your tailbone under, press your left knee back behind your right knee, any amount. Roll to your back. You can put your strap aside. Point your knees one at a time into the center. We're just rocking, very slight movement, broadening the sacrum. All right, now, bottoms of your feet touching, knees are wide. We're lying with the bottoms of our feet touching and knees out left and right. No bouncing, no pressing down, just letting gravity and the weight of your knees open the inner thighs, groin, and psoas. Take a nice deep breath. Slide your feet forward, a full footprint. So that's only a few inches forward. The length of your feet is fine, away from your hips. And rest right there. Slide on the pinky toe side of both feet to straight legs. Heels out, toes up. Arms back, palms up. And release your hands to your belly. Eyes are closed. Step your right foot in, then your left foot in. Move your knees left and right a little bit, rocking the knees. Feet are wider than your hips. Touch your knees together. Lift your right knee over your left knee. Cross your knees so your knees are touching each other. And then we're going to drop both knees to the right. And bring it back to the center. Right foot steps down, left knee over the right knee. Knees drop to the left. And back to center. Let's do what I call straight body again. Heels out, toes up. Arms back, palms up. You're stretching your heels so far forward away from your hips that you feel the heels almost lift from the floor, and you're reaching your arms so far back behind you or over your head that you can feel the hips stretching from hips to fingertips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your legs, hands on your belly. Enjoy the quiet. Okay, we have one more pose to do before we get up off the floor or get up from our mat. I'm going to move my pillow out of the way, head on the floor, and bring your feet close to your hips and hands on the floor like this next to you. You're going to lift your hips up off the floor as high as they'll go. Reach your arms over your shoulders. Lift your hips up, lift your heart up, press your knees forward, away from your belly button. This is strengthening your legs, hips, and glutes. It's stretching the front of your thighs, hips, and thighs. As you lower your hips, scoop your tailbone under. Roll to your side. Use both hands to press up to a comfortable seat. Now what I do for myself is I take this yoga block to the second setting. I don't know if you can see it, that setting. Sorry about all the props and things in the view. It just has all this electrical stuff behind this, and it doesn't look nice, and I'm particular about that. So I find it comfortable to sit like this. Let's close our eyes, have a real experience of yourself and the way you're feeling. Let's embody this feeling. If you feel like it would be nourishing to carry with you and also nourishing to offer to others. If you'd like to, we'll bring our hands together in front of our heart. And every day we're going to say the same mantra. We'll say it twice today since we have a couple of new people. So it goes like this. May the beauty and the wisdom of the cosmos shine through us today. Let's say it together. May the beauty and the wisdom of the cosmos shine through us today. Namaste. So I'm going to turn off the recording. Can't believe I remembered to do it. I get points for that. Bye, Betsy. And we'll turn this off. Bye, everybody.